Just a week ago, my legs felt worn out, heavy, swollen, and aching. Simply walking from my chair to the kitchen felt like a struggle, as though I was dragging around weights strapped to my feet. Sleep offered little relief, and by the evening, every step seemed to age my knees even more. But today, everything feels different. My legs are lighter, stronger, and more comfortable. And no, I didn't see a doctor, take any new medications, or undergo any strange treatment. I made just one change. I started using a simple oil. That's it. It's an oil you likely already own, maybe tucked away in your kitchen or bathroom cabinet, forgotten. And yet, after just 7 days of using it consistently, everything began to shift. The discomfort started to fade, and that familiar weight in my legs began to lift. When we pass 60, life isn't just about looking good. It's about moving with ease and confidence. It's about waking up without fear of pain or falling, about rediscovering the freedom to walk, to stand, and to live without the constant reminder of our aging joints. That's what this oil began to restore for me, a sense of vitality and control over my body. In this message, I'm going to share everything: the exact oil I used, how to apply it, what to expect, and why it's so effective. And if you stick with me, I'll also introduce you to 3 natural combinations that can enhance your results even further. Because leg care isn't an indulgence, it's a form of self-respect. And when done naturally and with consistency, it can truly change your quality of life. Let's be clear, this isn't some magic potion. It's something more meaningful, a habit, a simple daily ritual that can gradually transform how your body feels and how you relate to it. It's a way to reconnect with yourself, to tune into your body's needs with gentleness and awareness. Now, I want to hear from you. How old are you, and where are you tuning in from? Share your story. Each voice here matters because we're building a community grounded in shared experiences and mutual care. So, are you ready to discover which oil can bring life back to your legs? Let's begin. As we age, especially beyond 60, our legs start to send us messages, sometimes through nighttime cramps that jolt us awake, other times through an unshakable sense of heaviness that follows us throughout the day. Climbing stairs becomes more difficult, and long walks often require frequent breaks. But why does this happen? The reasons are many, and they build up slowly over time. First, circulation plays a huge role. Our blood vessels lose elasticity with age, which means blood flows more slowly, especially to the extremities like our legs. When circulation weakens, our tissues don't receive the oxygen and nutrients they need. This results in fatigue, numbness, and weakness that seem to come out of nowhere. Then there's fluid retention. As our bodies age, they become less efficient at eliminating excess water. The result? Swollen ankles, tight calves, and shoes that feel more uncomfortable as the day goes on. This swelling doesn't just hurt, it limits our movement and leaves us more fatigued than we realize. Muscle loss is another major factor. Without regular exercise, we begin to lose muscle mass after a certain age. That strength we once took for granted begins to fade, replaced by weakness and flaccidity. Simple movements, standing from a chair, walking for 10 minutes, become more demanding because our legs lack the muscular support they once had. And we can't forget the role of cellular aging. Every cell in our body has a limit. Over time, they slow down, repair themselves less effectively, and become more prone to inflammation. This affects the tissues in our legs, making recovery slower and contributing to the constant feeling of exhaustion. Now let's bring this to life with a real example. Mary is 73. She's always led an active life, but recently her legs have started betraying her. They swell without warning. She wakes up at night with sharp cramps. Standing for long periods feels almost impossible. Like many of us, she's tried it all. Creams, supplements, massages. Some helped a little, but nothing brought lasting relief. Then, almost by accident, she discovered something simple: a natural oil, massaged gently into her legs before bed. It wasn't expensive. There were no side effects. Best of all, she could do it herself, at home, with no need for appointments or medications. After just 1 week, Mary began to feel the difference. The nighttime cramps became less frequent. Her legs, though still tired at times, felt lighter and more stable. and for the first time in months, she slept through the night without being woken by pain. This isn't a miracle, it's the beautiful intersection of science and tradition. Because sometimes the most powerful remedies don't come in pill bottles. They come in moments of care, daily rituals that help us slow down, listen to our bodies, and respond with tenderness. So what is this oil that can make such a difference? It's not exotic or rare. It's something you might already have in your home, perhaps used for cooking or skincare. Its power lies in its ability to stimulate circulation, reduce inflammation, and nourish the skin and underlying tissues. Combined with gentle massage, it helps to break up fluid retention, reawaken tired muscles, and restore a sense of vitality to the legs. And when you pair it with a few other natural allies, simple ingredients you can easily find, you create a routine that not only soothes your legs but reawakens your whole body. It's a process of daily care that builds strength over time and restores confidence in your ability to move, to stand tall, and to enjoy life without the weight of pain. So remember this: caring for your legs isn't vanity. It's a form of love, love for the body that's carried you through decades, through storms and joy, through everything life has asked of you. Now it's your turn to give something back. Ready to find out what this oil is and how to use it? Let's take that first step together. The oil in question is rosemary oil. Yes, that humble, fragrant plant you may already have growing in your garden or sitting in a spice jar in your kitchen. Though commonly used to flavor soups and roasts, rosemary holds a long, rich history as a healing plant. It has been treasured for centuries for its ability to relieve muscle discomfort, boost circulation, and gently stimulate the body. Rosemary oil is created by distilling the plant's leaves and flowers, resulting in a concentrated aromatic essence. Its scent is sharp, fresh, and slightly woody, an invigorating aroma that both awakens the senses and soothes the mind. When applied to the skin, rosemary oil delivers an immediate cooling sensation that gradually turns into warmth, penetrating the skin and underlying tissues. This isn't just folk wisdom passed down from grandmothers either. The use of rosemary oil is deeply rooted in ancient medicinal practices from Greek, Roman, and Arab cultures. In Mediterranean regions, rubbing legs with rosemary oil after long hours of walking or fieldwork was a common tradition. Farmers and shepherds understood its power intuitively. It relieved tired muscles, prevented cramping, reduced swelling, and kept their legs strong and mobile. Modern science has now confirmed what traditional healers long believed. Clinical studies from European universities show that rosemary oil stimulates peripheral circulation, vital for older adults dealing with cold limbs, swelling, or sluggish blood flow. This improved circulation helps oxygen and nutrients reach muscle tissue more efficiently, easing fatigue and promoting recovery. Additionally, rosemary oil is packed with anti-inflammatory compounds like rosmarinic acid and potent antioxidants. These compounds help reduce inflammation and muscle tension, supporting the body's natural healing processes. In one particular study published in a journal on natural therapies, researchers observed that older adults who massage rosemary oil into their legs twice daily for a week experienced significantly less muscle pain and greater ease of movement. But the effects aren't just physical. Rosemary oil also affects the mind. Its scent has been shown to stimulate areas of the brain associated with energy and mental focus. This is not new knowledge. Ancient Greek students were known to wear rosemary sprigs in their hair while studying to aid concentration. That mental lift, paired with physical relief, makes rosemary oil a powerful ally in both body and spirit. Now imagine this. You come home after a long, tiring day. You take a small bottle of rosemary oil in your hands, gently shake it, and release a few drops into your palms. As you rub them together, the warmth of your hands releases the aroma. You begin massaging your ankles with slow, deliberate movements, working your way up to your calves and knees. The scent fills the air. Your skin begins to warm. The heaviness in your legs starts to melt away. In this simple moment, you're not just treating your body, you're reclaiming a deeper connection with yourself. That's what makes this so effective. Not just the oil, but the ritual, the consistent, mindful act of caring for your legs. A part of your body that bears you every day, often without thanks. And the best part, rosemary oil is safe, gentle, and easy to use. It has no serious side effects, is non-invasive, and you can apply it as often as needed. Some people choose to dilute it slightly with a carrier oil like almond or olive oil to make it milder for sensitive skin. Others use it as is. A few drops go a long way. Now that you know what rosemary oil is and why it works so well, it's time to explore how to use it correctly. Because the real power lies not in a single drop of oil, but in the daily act of tending to yourself with calm, intentional care. Let's go through the steps of this simple but powerful ritual. First, preparation. The best time to apply rosemary oil is right after your shower. At this point, your skin is clean, your pores are open, and the warmth of the water has already begun to relax your muscles. If showering is impossible, simply make sure your skin is clean and dry. Before applying the oil, warm the bottle slightly by holding it between your palms or placing it near a warm towel. Applying oil at body temperature feels more pleasant and helps it absorb more easily. Second application. Place about 5 or 6 drops of rosemary oil into the palm of your hand. Rub your hands together to warm it further. Begin at your ankles using gentle circular motions. Apply firm but comfortable pressure and always massage in an upward direction. This supports blood flow back to the heart. Continue up the calves around the gastrocnemius muscles, those prominent calf muscles, and behind the knees. Then bring your hands to the front of the legs and repeat the motion, moving upward along the shins. The goal here is not to rush. Take your time. Let each movement become a part of a calming rhythm. The upward strokes support circulation, while the tactile sensation of your own touch fosters relaxation and body awareness. Don't just think of it as applying oil. Think of it as an act of devotion to the body that's carried you through life's challenges. Over time, with consistency, this daily practice can have lasting effects. You'll begin to notice your legs feeling less swollen, more energetic, and more capable. Nighttime cramps may diminish. You may sleep more peacefully. But more importantly, you'll be nurturing a new relationship with your own body. One grounded in care rather than criticism, in support rather than neglect. So now that you know the name of the oil, the science behind it, and the method to apply it, there's just one question left. When was the last time you gave your legs the attention they truly deserve? With just a few minutes a day and a little rosemary oil, you can start a healing journey. One rooted in nature, tradition, and self-love. Her legs hurt, they felt heavy, and she didn't trust them anymore. She said it felt like her body was slowly becoming a cage. One day her granddaughter gave her a small bottle of rosemary oil and a handwritten note that simply read, "For your brave legs." Teresa began applying the oil every morning and night, just like you've learned here. Taking her time, breathing deeply, treating the massage as something sacred. The first few days were hard. Her fingers were stiff and she didn't feel much change, but she kept going. By the 4th day, she began noticing that her legs didn't swell as much by evening. By the 6th, she felt steadier getting out of bed. And on the 8th day, she walked to her front gate and back, without pain, without fear. Today, Teresa still massages her legs daily, not because someone told her to, but because she wants to. She told us, "It's no longer just about my legs. It's about reclaiming a part of myself I thought I'd lost." That's what this is about. It's not just an oil, it's a gentle tool, a daily invitation to reconnect, to slow down, to honor your body with something simple, natural, and profound. It's about transforming a neglected routine into a sacred pause. It's about understanding that healing can begin with touch, breath, presence, and 5 minutes of your time. You don't need to wait for pain to start caring. You don't need a prescription to begin. All you need is a little oil, a little time, and the willingness to say, "This moment is for me." So now that you've learned the ritual, the rhythm, the science, and even the stories, what will your next 7 days look like? Will you give your legs the love they've been waiting for? Because sometimes the smallest act of care is the beginning of something much bigger. Teresa, an elderly woman, had reached a point where she no longer felt connected to her legs. They seemed distant and unresponsive, as if they no longer belonged to her body. Walking had become a struggle, and even standing up in the morning came with a sense of heaviness that made her want to sit back down immediately. Her confidence had faded along with her mobility. Then one day, her granddaughter handed her a small bottle of rosemary oil. With gentle patience, she showed Teresa how to apply it, massaging it into her legs with care and presence. Teresa didn't believe it would do anything. "This is silly," she said. Years of frustration and disillusionment had hardened her expectations, but she agreed to try it, more out of love for her granddaughter than belief in the oil. On the third day, something shifted. Teresa noticed a subtle but undeniable change. She got out of bed and, for the first time in a long while, didn't feel the crushing weight in her legs. There was a lightness she hadn't felt in years. 2 days later, she found herself in the garden, pruning her plants for over 20 minutes without needing to stop or sit. It wasn't just the oil, she said later. It was the awakening of something within her body responding to care, her spirit responding to movement. On the 7th day, she called her daughter, her voice lit with excitement. "Today, I walked without fear." Teresa's transformation wasn't just physical. She described the experience as reclaiming her sense of aliveness, as if something dormant had stirred. It wasn't only the rosemary oil, she said. It was the joy of feeling in control again, the freedom to move without bracing for pain. Her story is one of many. It reminds us that sometimes simple actions open the door to profound shifts. And just like Teresa, you too can reconnect with that quiet power within your body. In the next part, we'll explore ways to enhance the oil's effects with daily practices. Because when you bring together the external, like oils and massage, with the internal, your breath, awareness, and intention, what begins as a small change can become a lasting transformation. But before we move on, it's important to pause and reflect on something deeper. These massages, these minutes spent gently working the oil into your skin, aren't just about alleviating physical discomfort. They are a form of presence. They are moments where you return to yourself, to your body, with kindness. When was the last time you touched your legs with genuine affection, without rushing, without criticism, without feeling embarrassed? Not just applying cream mechanically, but truly offering your touch as you might caress your face or hold a loved one's hand. Strangely, many of us stop touching our legs as we age. They carry us every day, hold our weight, help us stand, walk, move. But they're often neglected. We focus on wrinkles on our face, on the texture of our hands or neck, but rarely do we tune into the stories our legs are holding. Here's a truth that few talk about. The simple act of conscious self-touch, massaging your own skin with care, can radically shift how you relate to yourself. When you apply the oil with mindfulness, you're not just encouraging circulation or easing tension. You're activating your nervous system in a healing way. Your skin holds thousands of receptors that, when stimulated through intentional touch, send a powerful message to your brain. I am here. I matter. I am being cared for. And this message changes everything. Scientific studies show that even brief intentional contact with our own body, known as self-touch, can reduce stress, lower blood pressure, and elevate mood. Just like how a hug calms us, the body responds deeply when it feels held and safe. And when there's no one else to offer that care, you can become your own source of comfort. This isn't indulgence, it's medicine for both body and spirit. A daily leg massage, then, isn't just about physical relief. It becomes an emotional ritual, a space of recognition, of listening. Every circular stroke, every gentle squeeze is a way of telling your body, I see you, I thank you, I'm not abandoning you. This kind of intimacy with oneself has no expiration date. It doesn't belong only to youth. A woman once wrote to me at age 83, with words that still echo in my heart. I used to believe my legs no longer deserved care. I avoided looking at them. But now, after massaging them each night with this oil, something has changed. It's not just that they feel better, it's that I feel more loving toward them. That story touched me deeply because it speaks to a silent grief many older adults carry. The feeling that their bodies are no longer worthy of tenderness. But your body deserves to be celebrated every day it carries you, especially when it begins to need your care more intentionally. A small daily ritual like this becomes an act of defiance against that narrative of neglect. It's saying, I will not stop loving what supports me. Your legs have taken you through every season of life, and they will continue to carry you with more ease and grace as long as you keep honoring them. In the next section, we'll explore natural ways to complement the oil, from herbal infusions to simple movements and postures that help reactivate circulation and soothe fatigue. But before you read on, I invite you to take a quiet moment. Look at your legs, not with judgment or criticism, but with gratitude. Feel them, thank them. Tell them they deserve more than exhaustion. They deserve care, patience, and presence. Up to now, we've focused mainly on one powerful oil, rosemary, which has the ability to revitalize your legs in just a week. But nature has offered us more than one path to healing. There are other oils that can work just as well, or even better depending on your body's needs. Each brings its own qualities, its own unique relationship with the body. Let me introduce you to 3 remarkable alternatives. The first is arnica oil, extracted from a golden-flowered plant long revered in natural medicine, especially in Europe and Latin America. Arnica is known for its anti-inflammatory and pain-relieving properties. It's ideal if your legs feel sore, bruised, or overworked. Athletes often turn to it after intense physical exertion, but it's equally helpful for those experiencing swelling, mild injuries, or general fatigue. Applying arnica oil brings immediate relief and supports muscle recovery. In the following parts, we'll also explore cypress and peppermint oils, each with their own distinct benefits. Whether you're looking to soothe, tone, or refresh your legs, you'll find an option that feels just right for you. What matters most is that these rituals become a way of staying in touch with your body, of tuning in rather than tuning out. The real power lies not just in the oil, but in the intention behind your touch. If you often experience inflammation, bruises that appear easily, or muscle soreness after a long day, nature may offer more relief than you think. Essential oils and plant-based remedies have been used for centuries to support the body in gentle but powerful ways. Among them, 3 oils stand out for their remarkable ability to relieve discomfort and promote circulation in the legs: arnica, lavender, and horse chestnut. Let's start with arnica oil, a long-trusted remedy in natural medicine. This golden oil is ideal for those who deal with swelling, frequent bruising, or persistent muscle aches. Do your legs feel swollen or tender at the end of the day? Do you find that even small bumps leave noticeable bruises? Or perhaps after walking, standing, or exercising, your legs ache more than they should? In any of these cases, arnica oil may be your best ally. Arnica is known for its anti-inflammatory properties, its ability to stimulate local circulation, and its natural analgesic, pain-relieving effect. It can help ease tension in tired muscles, reduce swelling, and speed up recovery from physical strain. However, this potent oil must be used with care. Precaution is essential. Never apply arnica oil to open wounds, broken skin, or irritated areas, as it can cause unwanted reactions. If you have sensitive skin or are trying it for the first time, it's always best to do a patch test on the inside of your arm. Wait a few hours to see if there is any itching, redness, or irritation before applying it to larger areas. Arnica oil can be used on its own or diluted with a carrier oil like olive oil or sweet almond oil to reduce its intensity while still benefiting from its effects. Now let's talk about a favorite many already know: lavender essential oil. While lavender is widely recognized for its relaxing scent, many people don't realize how beneficial it is for circulation, muscle cramps, and sleep problems, especially when leg pain interferes with your rest. If you often end your day feeling anxious, stressed, or struggling to sleep because of leg discomfort, lavender might be the perfect companion. It doesn't just calm the nervous system. When applied topically, lavender soothes tired muscles, reduces tension, and supports restful sleep. Like all essential oils, lavender should be diluted before use. Despite being one of the safest oils available, it's wise to mix a few drops with a carrier oil such as coconut, jojoba, or almond oil. A few drops go a long way. Massage it gently into your legs at night, especially if you feel cramps, restlessness, or emotional fatigue. The third oil in our trio is horse chestnut oil, a lesser-known but powerful remedy, especially helpful for people who suffer from varicose veins, chronic swelling, or the sensation of heavy legs. Horse chestnut is more than an old European folk remedy. It's widely used in modern herbal medicine, especially in Germany, to treat chronic venous insufficiency, a condition in which the veins fail to efficiently pump blood back to the heart. The result is swelling, visible veins, and a feeling of tiredness or heaviness in the legs. Horse chestnut oil strengthens the walls of the veins, improves venous tone, and promotes better circulation. It is especially effective if you notice your ankles swell easily, if your veins have become more prominent, or if your legs feel tired and unresponsive at the end of the day. However, caution is again necessary. Horse chestnut oil is not recommended during pregnancy for people with blood clotting disorders or those who take anticoagulant medications. If you fall into any of these categories, consult your healthcare provider before use. Can you combine these oils? Yes, you can. And when used properly, the combination can be deeply therapeutic. A simple homemade blend might include 2 tablespoons of almond oil as a base, gentle, nourishing, and skin-friendly. 5 drops of arnica oil for inflammation and pain. 3 drops of lavender oil for relaxation and sleep. 2 drops of horse chestnut oil to stimulate circulation and support veins. Mix these in a small glass bottle. Before each use, shake well and warm a few drops between your palms. Apply with gentle massage movements, ideally in upward strokes, from the ankles toward the knees to encourage blood flow. This blend offers a complete treatment for your legs, supporting physical and emotional well-being. That said, you don't need to use all oils every day. Tune into your needs. Feeling sore after walking or standing? Use arnica. Feeling stressed, restless, or unable to sleep? Turn to lavender. Noticing swelling, visible veins, or heavy legs? Choose horse chestnut. Listen to your body. It will guide you toward the oil that best suits you in the moment. And whenever you decide to combine oils, do so gently, respectfully, and with attention to how your skin and body respond. Oils are powerful but not magical. As effective as oils and massage can be, they're not miracle workers on their own. Keeping your legs healthy, pain-free, and full of vitality also requires movement, good nutrition, and rest. And the good news, you don't need fancy gym equipment or expensive supplements, just consistency, awareness in your own body. Let's begin with something simple: walking. Walking is one of the most natural and beneficial forms of exercise for your legs. It boosts circulation, strengthens muscles, and supports joint mobility. You don't need to walk far or fast. Even a 15 to 20-minute walk daily can make a real difference. What matters is how you walk. Wear comfortable shoes, maintain a straight posture, breathe deeply, and let your arms swing freely. Imagine each walk as a gift to your body, a way to say thank you to your legs for carrying you through the day. And if you have limited mobility, you can walk slowly around your home or even just pace a hallway. The important thing is not to stay still for long stretches. Strengthen gently at home. Weak muscles can contribute to leg pain, poor circulation, and even joint issues. So let's look at 3 simple exercises you can do at home. 1. Heel raises. Stand behind a chair for support. Slowly rise up onto your toes, then lower your heels back down. Repeat 10 times. This strengthens your calves, which are essential for pumping blood back to the heart. 2. Leg extensions. Sit in a chair with your back straight. Extend one leg forward until it's parallel to the floor. Hold for a few seconds, then lower. Alternate legs. This strengthens the thighs and improves mobility. 3. Ankle circles. While sitting or lying down, lift one foot and rotate the ankle in slow circles. 10 times clockwise, then counterclockwise. This promotes ankle mobility and circulation, especially helpful if you sit for long periods. A gentle routine, a powerful impact. Combine these simple movements with a bit of daily massage using one of the oils mentioned above, and you create a holistic practice that addresses both symptoms and their root causes. You'll begin to notice your legs feeling stronger, lighter, and more alive. In the end, your legs carry you, literally through life. They deserve care, attention, and respect. A few drops of oil, a few minutes of movement, and a daily moment of mindfulness can go a long way. Trust the wisdom of your body. It will tell you what it needs. When it comes to caring for your legs, it's often the simplest practices that bring the most lasting results. A few gentle exercises, a mindful stretch, and good daily habits can make all the difference in how your legs feel and function. Let's begin with a couple of easy strengthening exercises you can do at home. No gym, no equipment, just a few minutes of your time. Start with leg extensions. Sit on a chair with your back straight. Extend one leg forward until it is parallel to the ground. Hold for a few seconds, then slowly lower it back down. Switch to the other leg. Repeat this movement about 10 times per leg. This exercise strengthens your thigh muscles and supports your knee joints, which are key to maintaining stability and balance as we age. Next, try ankle circles. This can be done either sitting or lying down. Lift one leg slightly off the ground and gently rotate your ankle in slow, controlled circles. 10 times clockwise, then 10 times counterclockwise. Switch legs and repeat. Ankle circles help maintain mobility in the joints, improve circulation, and prevent stiffness, especially if you spend a lot of time sitting during the day. You don't need a full workout to see results. Just 5 to 10 minutes a day is enough. The key is not how much you do, but how consistently you do it. A little movement every day helps your legs stay strong, responsive, and pain-free. Another simple yet powerful practice is stretching, especially when you first wake up or before going to bed. A gentle stretch can relieve muscle tension, improve flexibility, and reduce nighttime cramps. One effective stretch is to sit on your bed, extend one leg, and slowly reach toward your foot with your hand. It doesn't matter if you can't touch your toes. What matters is the gentle effort, the breath, and the connection with your body. Stretching is not about reaching a goal. It's about showing up for your body with care and intention. Now let's shift our attention to something equally important: nutrition. What you eat can greatly influence how your legs feel. Good circulation depends not just on movement, but on what you put into your body. Certain foods can support vein health, reduce inflammation, and help prevent fluid retention. Garlic, known for its ability to boost circulation and clean the arteries. Ginger, a powerful natural anti-inflammatory, ideal for improving blood flow. Turmeric, excellent for addressing chronic inflammation, which often contributes to swelling or discomfort. Red fruits like blueberries, raspberries, and blackberries. These are rich in antioxidants that help protect blood vessels and reduce oxidative stress. And don't forget the simplest yet most essential ingredient: water. Staying well hydrated helps keep your blood thin and flowing easily. When you're dehydrated, your blood can become thicker, which increases the risk of swelling in the legs and ankles. On the other hand, be mindful of your salt intake. Excess salt promotes fluid retention, especially in the lower limbs. Try to minimize processed and packaged foods and opt for fresh, natural options when possible. And now let's talk about rest. Good sleep isn't just important for the brain, it's also when the body repairs itself. During sleep, your body regenerates tissues, regulates inflammation, and clears metabolic waste. If you sleep poorly or too little, symptoms like swelling, heaviness, or cramping in the legs can worsen. If you can, elevate your legs slightly at night by placing a pillow under your ankles. This simple habit can make a big difference. It encourages blood to return to the heart and helps prevent fluid from pooling in the lower legs. Throughout the day, take short breaks where you lift your legs, close your eyes, and breathe deeply. This isn't laziness, it's self-care. It's all about balance. Using oils, doing gentle exercises, and eating well all work together. Oils are wonderful tools. They help relieve discomfort, support circulation, and bring a sense of calm and connection with your body. But to see long-term changes, you must also move, rest, and nourish yourself. It's not about doing it perfectly, but about doing it lovingly and regularly. Care for your legs as you would care for something valuable, with patience, attention, and kindness. Common questions. As we wrap up, let's address two of the most common questions I've received about this topic. Question 1. Can I use oil if I have varicose veins? The short answer is yes, but with care. Varicose veins are dilated and weakened veins that have trouble moving blood efficiently back to the heart. They are sensitive and should not be treated with vigorous or deep massages. Instead, apply the oil gently, using upward strokes, starting from the ankle and moving toward the knee. Avoid direct pressure on the swollen veins. Complement this with daily leg elevation, avoiding sitting cross-legged and wearing loose, comfortable clothing to reduce pressure on your circulation. Question 2. Does it still work if I'm over 80 years old? Absolutely. Age does not reduce the benefits of these practices. In fact, the older we are, the more important it becomes to support circulation, reduce inflammation, and stay gently active. Oils, stretching, mindful movement, and good nutrition are ageless allies. You don't need to move fast. You just need to move with care and intention. No matter your age, whether you're in your 60s, 70s, 80s, or beyond, what truly matters is not the number, but your commitment. The body may take more time to respond as the years pass, but it doesn't stop responding altogether. It simply asks for more gentleness, more patience, and above all, consistency. Don't look for miracles overnight. Look for steady progress. When you apply the oil regularly with care and presence, you'll begin to notice real shifts, perhaps slowly at first, but meaningfully. In fact, many people in their 80s have shared that after just a few days, something began to awaken in them. Their legs felt lighter, they experienced fewer cramps, and most importantly, they felt a renewed desire to move again. You may wonder if this practice is only for women. The answer is a firm no. The care of the body has no gender. This oil works on the skin, on muscle tissue, on circulation, and we all share those systems regardless of gender. I've known many men who, out of habit or even pride, had never considered massaging their legs. But once they tried, they were surprised, not just by the physical relief, but by the emotional reconnection it sparked. Men, if you're reading this, know that this applies to you too. Self-care is a human need, not a gendered one. Another question I often receive is, how long can you use the oil continuously? While there isn't a strict rule, the general guideline is to start with 7 consistent days. This gives your body time to respond and allows you to observe the first results. From there, you can use it once a day or every other day, whatever fits your rhythm and needs. Some people make it part of their nightly routine, applying it after a warm shower or just before bed. Naturally, if you experience any irritation, redness, or unexpected discomfort, it's wise to pause and consult a healthcare professional. While the oil is natural, every body is unique, and it's important to listen to your own skin's response. Now, what happens if you don't see immediate changes? This is a key question, and I want to answer with honesty and care. Not all bodies respond the same way or at the same pace. If after a week you don't notice clear improvements, that doesn't mean the oil isn't working. Your body may simply need more time, or there might be other factors slowing down the process. Limited movement, circulatory challenges, water retention, or even medications. If you're not seeing results right away, here are a few gentle suggestions. Revisit your diet. Are you eating too much salt? Are you drinking enough water? Look at your habits. Do you spend many hours sitting or with your legs hanging down? Try pairing the oil with movement. A short walk before applying it or a warm bath can amplify its effects. And most importantly, be patient. Healing doesn't always follow our preferred timeline. Above all, keep tuning into yourself. This oil isn't a miracle potion, it's a practice, a ritual of care. And as with all meaningful things, it requires time, attention, and a little faith. Caring for your legs isn't only about relieving discomfort, it's about reclaiming your energy, your independence, your confidence in how you move through the world. And sometimes the real magic isn't just in the ingredients, it's in the ritual itself. After a week of nightly application, many people report something unexpected. It's not only their legs that feel better, it's that something deeper begins to shift. They look at their bodies with less criticism and more compassion. They begin to feel gratitude for parts of themselves they once ignored. It may seem like a small act, a bit of oil, a few minutes before sleep, but repeated with care, this tiny gesture becomes transformational because it's not only about pain relief, it's about returning to your body as a friend rather than a stranger. It's about finding a new sense of connection, a rediscovered trust. That shift is possible at any age. And if you're still reading, still with me here at the end of this reflection, let me say something that perhaps no one has told you in a long time. Your legs deserve attention. You deserve attention, not for appearances, not for vanity, but because your body has carried you through everything, through grief, joy, labor, loss, and love. Every step you've taken has been made possible by the legs you now consider tired or weak. They deserve the same love you've offered to others for so long. So before turning to expensive treatments or giving in to discouragement, I invite you to come back to the simple and the natural, the remedies your grandmother may have used, the wisdom passed down through generations, a warm oil, your own hands, a few quiet minutes before bed. That's enough to begin again. That's enough to spark something new. And now I'll turn the question to you. Will you give it a try? Have you ever used natural oils to care for your body, to soothe discomfort, to reconnect with yourself? Do you know of any home remedies passed down through your family? A recipe, a ritual, a scent that brings you comfort? If you do, share it. I'd love to hear from you. Because maybe, just maybe, someone out there, someone who reads your words, will be inspired to pause, touch their legs with respect again, and begin their own quiet transformation. Thank you for reading, for reflecting, for feeling, for being here. And please remember this. No matter how old you are, it's never too late to walk more lightly. With care, with intention, with presence. Until next time.